Welcome back to Vinyl Collection. My name is Corey, and today I want to share with you guys some Bob Dylan albums. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a really big Bob Dylan fan. Let's see, was it a year ago? Last October, I went and actually saw him in concert in Washington, D.C., and the drive back, we almost died. We got lost on the mountain. But it was totally worth it, because I got to see Bob Dylan in concert. Starting on the albums. First off, I'm going to show you guys the Free Will of Bob Dylan. So, I have two copies of this album. One of them didn't have a sleeve, so I just put them both in here. But I actually have the mono and the stereo version, which is pretty cool. This one has Blowin' in the Wind, which may or may not be one of his most popular songs, I don't know. It's definitely one of my favorites. Girl from the North Country, that's also another one of my favorites. Masters of War, that one's really good. Down the Highway. Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, it's one of my honest to God favorites. Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. Oh, it's so good! Seriously, this album's amazing. I think when was it released? 1963. Wow. Dude, Bob Dylan's the man. Here he is with his girlfriend at the time walking down the street. I think it's some street in New York, I don't remember which one, but yes. Such a good album. Next off, I'm going to show you guys one of his other more folky stuff. These two are before Highway 61 revisited, When Dylan Goes Electric. Well, I guess Bringing It All Back Home is also electric-y stuff, or half of it is. Or it goes full-on electric, which is pretty awesome. I don't have either of those albums though, which makes me sad. But out of what I've got, these are my favorites. Other side of Bob Dylan. This one has some really great songs. Let's see. What are some of my favorites? Spanish Harlem Incident. That one's really good. My Back Pages. That's also a really, really good song. Really deep. These songs are really, really poetic. I don't know, it's a little bit more personal album. Some of the songs are about relationships and stuff. The one that comes to mind about relationships would have to be I Don't Believe You. Well, It Ain't Me, Babe, also. Really the whole album. What am I even talking about? But, I don't know, one of my favorites off this album. I really like Spanish Harlem Incident. I think it's a really underrated song. I don't know. There was a while when I got really hooked on that song. I listen to it all the time. This is the stereo version of the album. Yeah. Really, really good. Okay. Fast forward, a long time, until the 1970s. Bob Dylan is just oh man, we're not releasing many good albums anymore, or at least according to critics and stuff. They're oh man, he fell off. He's just a 60s washout. He's done for it. Well, that was counteracted from this album. Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. Most people will probably consider this his best album. I would have to be in that group as well, because it's my favorite album from him. And it really helped me through a lot of rough times. Let's see. Details about this album. When Bob Dylan was writing this album, he was going through a divorce with his wife. Although he claims the songs aren't personal songs, Most people, including his son, are no. You're full of crap. These songs are about you and your wife. The divorce. Some of my favorite, who am I kidding? I love every song on this album. The only one I'm not a huge fan of is Lily Rosemary and the Jack of Hearts. I don't know why, it just doesn't click with me. I think it's just, the rest of the album's completely different, and that one's kind of throws a curveball. It's not a bad song by any means, but maybe it's on a different album or a different something or another, I don't know. Overall though, this album goes deep with me. It's a really personal album. Next up, Bob Dylan's next album. Desire. Dun, dun, dun. This one has Hurricane, which is the song about that box driver thing. some boxer was like accused of like murdering some guy or something. I don't remember. But yeah, Bob Dylan wrote a protest song. It's called Hurricane. Some of the other songs: ISIS, Mozambique, One More Cup of Coffee, which the White Stripes actually covered, which I thought was kind of cool. Let's see, Joey. That's like a long song about some guy named Joey. He's like the mob boss or something, I think. Yeah, really, really good album. This came right after Blood on the Tracks. He co-wrote some of these songs with someone else. I don't remember who it was. But yeah, it's a good album though. A lot of people consider this his best. You know, a lot of people's personal favorite. It's not my personal favorite because I like Blood on the Tracks, as I just told you. But it's a really good album and it's fun to listen to. It's got more of like, I don't know, something about it. It's got a different sound. It's a little more like maybe adventurous or something. I don't know. Like it's got this funky sound to it, but it's good. It makes me feel like I need to go on an adventure, do something cool.